Okay, let's talk about digital literacy. And like most industries, technology is coming into the workplace, and policing is no different. When you get to the police academy, they will expect that when they sit you down in front of a computer that you're going to be able to turn the thing on and do some basic navigation, etc. So let's go into some of the things that you'll be assessed on, that you'll need to be able to demonstrate in terms of your digital literacy. Okay, the first is they'll assess your ability to find, evaluate and understand information on the internet. So let's go into that in a little bit more detail. Alright, so first things first, your ability to access the internet, find information using search engines, know where to find information on a website, and assess the relevance and the validity of information that you might come across when you're doing your research on the internet. All of these things are important assessments and you'll need to demonstrate your ability in these areas. Okay, so let's keep moving. Let's take a look at a quick example question that you might get in this particular topic. So when conducting an internet search, the more specific your search phrase is, the more search results that will be displayed. Is that true or false? So that will assess your understanding of conducting research and searching the internet. All right, so that's the sort of question that you can expect in this particular area. And if you selected false, that would be a good answer. Okay, let's look at another example. Here you've got an image with some symbols and words next to them. You would have to assess the image that's shown and indicate the error or errors, if any. So there might be one issue here within this image that needs to be identified. There might be more than one. Or it could be that there are in fact no issues at all with these images and words. And if you were to assume that there is something wrong and select one just to have a stab in the dark, and there are no errors at all, that could obviously cause a problem for you. But if you have a close look at this one here, there are a couple of issues going on there that would be considered errors. All right, let's keep moving. So the next section is your ability to use digital technology to complete a task. So let's look at some of the specifics in this category. Identify the right software or device for a task. So if you have a particular task that you need to perform, your understanding of the right software or device that would be necessary for that particular task will be assessed. You need to have that skill. You need to have the ability to use devices, software packages or applications in order to complete a task. Alright, let's keep things moving. So an example question might be, which application would be most appropriate to use if you needed to present crime statistics to your supervisor? Excel, PowerPoint, Photoshop, Data Central or Google Chrome. One of these would be the most appropriate. Now it says most appropriate because you might get away with using one or more of these applications, but given that they're crime statistics, which are generally numbers based, Excel would be the correct answer for this example question. Right, the third type or category within the digital literacy test is your ability to use devices, software and the internet safely. So use devices in a safe manner, use software safely, and of course be online, use the internet in a safe manner. Some of the little topics around that category: identifying and managing risks regarding privacy and security, and your ability to share information on the internet in a safe manner. Alright, so let's look at an example question. So here's a little pop-up that just happened to appear on your screen. What would be the safest way to action this pop-up? Would you click OK? Would you click cancel? Would you use the task manager to close the pop-up? Or would you click the little cross in the top right hand corner to close the pop-up? What would be the most appropriate action to deal with this pop-up? Now, because it's a privacy and security issue, often these pop-ups can create problems. They can be dangerous, they can cause all sorts of issues. So pop-ups are a risky thing to mess around with, and your knowledge, your understanding of the best way to manage these kinds of things is important. So quite commonly people will just click on the cross to get rid of it, but using your task manager to close the application pop-up is a safer way to go. Alright, and the last one is communicate effectively with digital technology. Effectively and appropriately is probably a good description as well. Alright, so let's look at some of the things we can expect to be tested on in this category. Your ability to choose the right type of communication for a situation. Now that could be that it would be appropriate to send an email, it would be appropriate to send a text message, or to go into some sort of closed environment and leave comments for a group. Your ability to choose the right type of communication for a situation will be tested, as is your ability to use good manners or netiquette when communicating online. So let's look at a quick example that might fall into this particular category. Here's an example question. What is the most inappropriate issue regarding the email Constable Blogs is about to send? So here's a screenshot of Constable Blogs. He's about to send a message to the chief. He's also sending a message to other colleagues. He's got his little subject there, email message, and hello colleagues, here's my important message. So what is it that you can see in that image there that's the most inappropriate regarding the message that he's about to send, given that we're talking about security and privacy in a digital format or forum? All right, now if you're not aware, the CC is a carbon copy, so you're sending the same email essentially like a carbon copy to everybody else whose name and email address appears in that CC box. The next one down, BCC or blind carbon copy, those names that all appear in the CC should be in the BCC column, or row rather, it would be a better description, because everyone who's listed there is going to see not only the email, but they're going to see everyone else's email address. And that's inappropriate in regards to privacy and security online. All right, so there's an example question that you might expect in this particular category. Okay, so that brings us to the end of a quick introduction about digital literacy. I remember clearly going through the academy days, tapping away on the typewriter. And so things will evolve, and the police force is no different. It will evolve, and it needs you as an applicant to be up to speed with things like digital technology, so you can go off to the police academy, learn what you need to learn, and be able to perform the duties correctly and effectively. And you'll need, in this day and age, a certain level of digital literacy to be able to do that. All right, well, I hope that's helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.